this first beer, it's a tropical wheat. I'll be here for a bit. I guess I can enjoy one of these little guys. We are currently moto camping up in the Poudre Canyon. It's one of 26 scenic byways here in Colorado. Basically, Wyoming's like right over that hill, like 20 miles north. It's finally warm. It's like middle of May, and ironically, we're gonna get a foot of snow in 2 days. So, welcome to late spring in Colorado. I know y'all normally see me eat ramen noodles when I camp. We are going to be making Filet Mignon with mushroom and onion tonight. I'm very excited. We'll dive into all the food stuff later. I was going to mention to y'all though that we are hammock camping today. I've been hammock camping for years, and y'all probably never seen it on this channel, but this channel is pretty new in comparison to how long I've been riding and camping. And so I just kind of wanted to test out some gear today and do a dry run and see if I like this budget camping gear, if I feel like I need to invest in nicer stuff. Because usually when I hammock camp, it's not like super fancy. Like I typically just throw up my hammock and pass out like in a bathing suit, like by the beach or somewhere warm. Like I don't ever even use a bug net. So I invested in a bunch of stuff. We'll go over that later. But for now, I just want to eat a snack, and then I want to go right up the Poudre Canyon and go up to the summit up here, up to Cameron Pass, and just kind of show you guys the canyon. It's really, really pretty. And I didn't come all the way up here just to sit at camp. I definitely came up here to ride motorcycles too. Cheers, y'all. Make it anywhere as far as I had hoped. Cameron Pass is 35 miles from this campground, and the sun was going down. But you guys kind of got an idea of what's out there. It's so pretty. Like, I'm definitely gonna have to come back and do this canyon again later this summer. Let's cook. Hard part's done. Now I'll try to not burn it in the skillet. While I'm waiting to flip this, I figure we'll talk about my camp kitchen setup. I just brought tongs from home. I did buy an extra knife because this one actually had a little sheath, so it was easy to transport. Mine at home don't have that. I have these little 2-ounce Nalgene's. I put olive oil in one, and then while I was home, I made a garlic, salt, and pepper mixture and just threw it in the other one. I bought these little bendy cutting boards on Amazon. They were like $6 or $7 for 3 of them. Highly recommend these. These are awesome. I just hope y'all love this way more than my typical ramen noodles. This takes way more work. And so the way that I like to travel on motorcycle trips, I usually get to camp like right at sundown. So cooking meals, like this takes like an hour to cook dinner. And it's enjoyable. I'm having a blast, but when I'm going cross country, this is a lot of work. And I mean, it's not that it's work, it's just time. And it's like, those are the time that I'm spending cooking when I could just throw ramen in some hot water is time I could have been riding. So I don't know. It's definitely an adjustment. And since I'm doing more kind of around Colorado trips this year, hopefully I'll get to cook more food and learn how to do this. It's fun. It's definitely a learning experience. This filet ends up coming out like medium rare. I'm gonna be so happy. Oh my goodness. Wow. I overcooked it. It still tastes amazing. Lots of lessons learned. We started cooking at 7. It's about 8:30 now. So cooking at camp does take a very long time, even for something as simple as this. I guess I'm gonna have to wait till morning to show you guys the hammocks and kind of my initial thoughts, because I know y'all can't tell right now, but it's pretty dark. So I'll see y'all in the morning and we'll talk about hammocks. Good morning. It's currently about 5:30, 5:45. Sun's just coming up. Looks like there was a beautiful freaking sunrise this morning, but we're in a canyon, so naturally I can't see the whole thing. But I'm so warm in this hammock setup. I do not want to get up, but I have to because I really have to pee. So fun fact, I forgot to pack pants. It is not even 6 in the morning, so it is so cold right now. But lessons learned. Also, it's super warm in my little setup over here, so it worked out okay. Breakfast, we're gonna keep it real simple this morning, and I'm gonna try one of these Mountain House adventure meals. I never eat this stuff, but I follow this YouTuber who lives in Alaska, lives in this truck. He has like a little cabin. Timmy is his name. I'll link his channel. Anyway, he loves these, so I've been #influenced to try these. So I hope they're delicious. I love biscuits and gravy. Here's what it looks like for those of you who I'm sure are curious. Y'all know I love my morning coffee, so I normally use a Sea to Summit X Brew, and I decided to pick up the Jet Boil coffee press. This one fits inside my Micromo. I'll link all of the stuff I got, by the way, for this trip in the video description. But yeah, I love how absolutely compact it gets. And then it takes an entire 2 seconds to put together. And boom. I still like my biscuits and gravy more. But in a pinch, this isn't bad. Or just to not really have to do anything at camp. I mean, once this is done, I can just throw all my trash in it and then dispose of it. So that's pretty cool. I do like that. This was like $8 and some change at REI. So it's a little steep, but to be sitting at camp at 7:09 in the morning, already having breakfast made, not having to do much, this was perfect. That was Dan and Paul. Met them yesterday here at the campground. They just finished up a motorcycle trip up through Wyoming and the surrounding Rockies. Pretty cool. I love running into people on the road and hearing their stories and sharing a few beers. We drank a few last night. Cheers. You didn't cheers me. There you go. So that was pretty cool. As you can probably tell, it's getting a little windy. So let's just go ahead and start running through all of the gear that I brought on this trip. Initial thoughts on my new camping setup are, first off, I love it. 2, should you buy a budget hammock or should you dump the money into an Eno? So this is my Wise Owl hammock. It came with straps all together. However, one thing I really do not like about these straps is the hooking points. There's only there's only like 4, 5 maybe right here. And you'll see on my Eno ones that they go all the way up. So you have way more hooking points if you need. Now the other thing I don't like about this little budget hammock is these rings. These are junk. And I saw people talking about them in the reviews. The reviews were very accurate. I definitely plan to replace these with something a little nicer. I just feel like, yeah, like, what is that? I do really like this one-person hammock, just for lounging in. As far as sleeping goes, if you were going to put a sleeping pad in this, I don't know. I don't think that would be the move for me personally. I do like having the extra room in my 2-person hammock just because there's a little more room to wiggle around in. If you're not planning on using a sleeping pad in a 1-person hammock, I think it would be okay, depending on how tall you are and how big you are. Just to have a second hammock, I think it was a $25 well spent. I mean, even to just throw this on your bike and take it with you on a trip and just be able to set up and, you know, have a roadside snack or just hang out for a bit in a hammock, this is awesome. I think that side of it's really nice. Even if you were going tent camping and you wanted to have a place to sit or relax that wasn't just in your tent, I think this is a great thing to pack along with you. So I ended up sleeping in this hammock last night. This is my Eno double nest hammock that I've had since, I don't know, like 2014. One thing I did want to point out to y'all is that these are the Eno hammock straps. I really, really like these in comparison to the Wise Owl ones. There's just so many more mounting points. I mean, it goes all the way up to here. So you get nearly 5 feet worth of mounting points on each end. Versus the Wise Owl basically just gives you like 5 of them. These aren't the XLs, these are just the regulars, but for the most part, I don't ever have issues. For this setup, since I'm trying to get used to cold weather hammock camping, I did buy a budget underquilt. This is a Wise Owl underquilt. Last night, I think it got down into the high 40s, maybe low 50s, and this underquilt makes a world of a difference. I was snug as a bug in a rug last night. Definitely worth the money. I want to say I paid $50, but I'll link it in the description and you guys can see what the current price is. All things considered, this was amazing. Best thing I've purchased in a very long time. A budget underquilt is not the worst thing in the world. You do not have to spend $300 right up front just to try and stay warm and test some gear out. I do also have in here a little budget blanket. It's Get Out Gear's down puffy blanket. 70 bucks on Amazon if I remember correctly. And yeah, look how tiny this is. Really, really like this as well. I used it as a top quilt over my sleeping bag. I did bring a memory foam pillow with me. This one's brand new. It's a Thermarest. It does not pack down super small, but for hammock camping, I didn't want to use an inflatable pillow. I wanted to be comfy, but that's about as tiny as it gets. And then lastly, the only other thing I had in here was my Sea to Summit 15-degree bag. I love this sleeping bag. There's one thing you're really gonna spend money on for camping gear, invest in a good sleeping bag. They are worth every penny. And then just remember to take care of your gear so that it lasts a long time. Now, before I pack all this up, I just wanted to kind of give you a visual of what everything looks like packed. This is gonna be the Eno 2-person hammock system. This is going to be the Wiseow single. Now, the straps are in the Wiseow one, which is convenient. The Eno is actually in a separate bag. 2-person, 1-person kind of size comparison. Personally, if I had to make a choice, I would much rather take the Eno 2-person, just for the fact that I feel it's a little more versatile as far as going on a trip goes. If I was just gonna go in the mountains and chill for a day, I will just leave this in my saddle bag all summer. Yep, this is the underquilt. Here's the hammock. Let's just take this out of here so you get an idea of what one system would be like. Underquilt, hammock, bug net, and then rain tarp if you choose to take these. Like I said, I'm not gonna use these if I don't need them, so they did not go up last night. I would much rather look at the stars than look through a bug net or stare at a rain tarp all night. As y'all know, I don't even use my rain tarp on my tent unless I absolutely need it for insulation or rain. And then just over here, I have my sleeping bag. This is my Sea to Summit 15-degree bag. And then this is that brand new down puffy blanket I got on Amazon. Really, really liked this. This is gonna be the pillow I brought. If I was on a long trip, I would not have brought this. It's just way too big, but just for an overnighter from the house, I don't mind being a little bougie with my pillow. So I really like this. I just wish it got to be about half the size or smaller and be as comfortable. Lemmy the lemon is packed up. That's my bike's name, by the way, because it's a lemon. We will be doing a lot more of this year, and I can't wait. It is so comfortable. It's so fun. But yeah, thank you guys for watching all the way through. Hope to see you on the next one, or I'll see you on the road. Later, y'all. One last stop to grab a cinnamon roll, and then we're headed home.